Tip. This is your brother Jabari Akhenamen, here to speak with you about some herbs that we find very useful for wellness and superpower herbs that most people may not have heard of. But if you incorporate these herbs into your daily life, you will definitely notice a difference. Okay, so what I have chosen is select herbs for this session, and what I have here is dong quai, elderberries, Ganoderma mushrooms, osha root, I have ho shao wu, I have goji berries, I have astragalus root, I have cornelian cherries, and I also have gentian root. So what I want to do is discuss what these herbs can do once they're in your body and how much of a benefit it can be. And the first herb I want to start with, or actually it's a berry, is the goji berry. And the goji berry, as many of you may know, it's it's like a superfood. And I think that's a word people say it's been overused, but it truly is a superfood. It has over 20 vitamins and minerals. It has 15 times more iron than spinach. It's good for your eyes. It's good for gray hair. It fights gray hair. And it has various other minerals and nutrients contained in them. And goji berries are also known as lychee berries, but they're very helpful, and they're very nutritious, and I think they're very sweet as well. They taste so good you can pop them in your mouth anytime. The next thing I want to talk about is dong quai, and I'm sure I just love the smell of dong quai. And dong quai is a root. It's a Chinese herb. It's very popular Chinese herb, and it's a super herb actually for women, for anything regarding women's health. From menopause, from menstruation, from if you're having pain in your menstrual cramps, dong quai is a very good herb. And it's very high in iron, and it boosts fertility in both men and women as well. So dong quai has been used for centuries in China, and it's a blood builder as well, and it fights cancer as well. So when you have something as powerful as dong quai, I think it's something you definitely want to incorporate into your daily diet. Okay, the next herbs that we will deal with is astragalus root. And it has been said that if you have any ailment, astragalus root is one thing that can definitely fight those ailments. And astragalus root, it is a cancer killer. It is used to treat various sexually transmitted diseases. It's known to fight aging. Astragalus root is a diuretic, which of course means that it causes you to urinate, and it flushes and cleanses your kidneys. And it's just another super power herb that if you incorporate into your diet and you have any ailments, any health ailments from diabetes, anything of that nature, if you alter your diet and incorporate certain herbs such as astragalus root, you will definitely see a difference. And the next herb that I will discuss is another Chinese herb, ho shao wu. And what ho shao wu is, it's another what I would call magnificent super power herb that has so many qualities that we literally could go on and on for hours speaking about it. But it's principally used in China as an herb for longevity, and people use ho shao wu in tandem with cornelian cherries, which I will speak about shortly. And it's said to give people longevity in life, and that your health and your wellness goes on like for days. And you have people that are in very elder stages of their lives, and they're still sexually active because they're taking certain herbs that give them the virility and the vitality to carry on. And one of the other things that ho shao wu is good for, in internal bleeding. If someone has blood in their stool, then ho shao wu is another herb that one could use. It's good for head injuries, those with epilepsy and certain brain ailments. Ho shao wu has been used for centuries to combat those things. And another thing with bronchitis, a lot of us in this society may have bronchitis and other breathing ailments. Well, ho shao wu is another great herb that will give you, that will offer you some healing for that. So I really think that if we get these things in our body, we'll see. And another great thing that Ho Sha Wu does, it kills intestinal worms. And many of us in this society, whether we know it or not, we have parasites in our bodies from things that people may eat from day to day. But if you use Ho Sha Wu and certain herbs mixture, it's going to fight and kill these parasites that can cause a lot of damage on the inside of your body. Okay, the next herb or root actually that I want to speak about is gentian root. Now, gentian root is a very, very bitter root, but it is a very powerful root. And when people taste gentian root, I think their first instinct may be to spit it out because it's so bitter. But that would be something bad, because when you taste the bitterness in herbs, what that really is the presence of alkaloids which fight cancer and fight free radicals and HIV and AIDS as well. So gentian root is a blood cleanser. Gentian root is a blood builder. It's antibacterial, it's antimicrobial. So it's good to settle those who may have stomach ailments and from vomiting, severe vomiting. Gentian root has been used for centuries in Africa and by indigenous tribes to combat such ailments. So again, when it comes to herbs, I'm often asked, how does this herb taste? Well, I'll tell you, when you taste bitterness in an herb, that's a very good sign, because bitterness, again, is a sign of the presence of alkaloids, which fights cancer, HIV, and all other things that can cause harm to the body. Okay, the other root that I will speak about is osha root. And osha root is another root that's been used by indigenous tribes for centuries to fight colds and flu and to open up the breathing and the nasal passages. In osha root, it has the presence of camphor, and what camphor does is exactly what I spoke about. It opens up your nasal passages and your breathing in your lungs, and it allows you to breathe better, and it also promotes sweating. So if we need to sweat out certain toxins, which we know, which is another way to expel toxins from the system, is to sweat. So osha root will promote sweating if people really want to sweat and try to get certain toxins out of your body. The next herb that I will berry, fruit if you will, is the cornelian cherry. Now the cornelian cherry is another Chinese herb. It's used heavily in Chinese medicine, and it's also used, again, as I said earlier, it's used in tandem with Ho Sha Wu for longevity. And it's believed by the ancients in China that if you take Ho Sha Wu and cornelian cherries, then you can live, you would live forever. But the cornelian cherries also are good for knee aches, and if you have sore backs, and there's a condition where you have the ringing in your ears, where people may say, oh wow, I hear a ringing in my ears, called tinnitus. Well, actually, people use the cornelian cherries in China to combat that condition. So it's also good for bronchitis and breathing ailments, and for dizziness as well. So those who may be suffering from dizziness or for whatever reasons, you may feel a little lightheaded, and it could be dehydration or other complications there. But what cornelian cherries will offer you some easing of that condition. Okay, the next plant I will speak about is the ever popular hibiscus flower. And it's very popular amongst Jamaicans, and it's known as sorrel in Jamaica, and it's grown widely. A lot of natives grow it, and it grows easily. Even here in the United States, you can feel free to grow it in your yard, especially if you live in warm temperature areas that have great summertime. It's a really wonderful and easy flower to grow. But what the hibiscus flower is, it's an antioxidant, and it has the potential to kill free radicals, and it's good for hypertension or high blood pressure. It's good for those suffering with diabetes. It fights gray hair. It's good for colds. So people find that by keeping hibiscus in your body and using it on a regular basis, you will find the health benefits are enormous, and it's absolutely, you will definitely feel the difference when you take these things. And hibiscus also has vitamin A and vitamin C in it, so it's just a miraculous flower. And again, it's easy to grow, and it smells great, and it has a wonderful rich flavor. And it's often mixed with ginger as well to make a nice drink. Okay, and the next herb and final herb we will deal with is the elderberry. And these elderberries are, again, I would like to say a superfood. They are protein boosters. They're high in antioxidants, like any dark fruit or berry, like a blueberry. Anytime you see that dark purple color, you know it's high in antioxidants. And it improves the vision, it boosts the immune system, so at times of colds and influenza, or at the seasons that are coming up now, you're going to have an opportunity to combat that by using some wonderful elderberries. And a lot of people make a elderberry jam or something, but still you're getting all this vitamin C, you're getting all these antioxidants, and these are the things that's going to help you. But also it's good for arthritis, it's also good for asthma, and anything that's good for arthritis in the same way is good for gout. So a lot of people suffering from these ailments today in our society, the elderberries, and along with, in tandem with the other herbs that we have spoken about, will definitely give you some relief from those conditions. Okay, I think that brings this section of Herbs with Akhenamen to an end, and I really appreciate you joining me for this installment. And I hope this has been very informative, and I hope that you'll be able to use some of these herbs and incorporate them into your life and enjoy the health benefits. And in the ancient Kemetic phrase, Swadich, may you be green, may you be healthy. Hotel.
Do y'all in some basketball?
Whatever, right? Chipping.
But shaking bacon on y'all, bro.
Whatever, right? Hey man, what you doing? Pick that up. That paper, bro. Pick it up.
That nigga jumping now, man.
Man, that one piece of paper polluting the whole earth, man. It can get millions of people sick and people die. Thank you.
Are you happy?
Yes.
Please keep our land clean. Don't litter. A public service announcement because like